Oh, what is this? What is going on, guys? Evolution here, back with another map spotlight. I hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today we're going to be checking out the Volcano map. So this is kind of a crazy map. There is a lot of different biomes on here. I'm pretty sure every single biome. And it is a giant map, as you guys can see. There's the giant volcano over there. We have a desert biome there. There's another, I think, kind of volcano in the middle. There's just everything. Absolutely everything. There's swamp, there's snow, everything you could want. So we're going to be kind of checking it out and seeing if there's any amazing base locations, you know, places you could build your base and whatnot. So this little place I am right now, I'm not sure what this is. There is desert below me here. And there's some ruins. We have to check those out at some point. But yeah, this is kind of like a little bit of a forest area. We have a nice pool of water here in the middle, which is very nice. And it seems to be fairly flat, so kind of no matter where you build a base, it seems to be like you're going to be okay. You're definitely going to be okay. I'm not sure, like, let's see. What is in the water here? What is in the water? There doesn't seem to be a super amount going in the water. I was hoping maybe there was like a little bit of oil or silica pearls in here. Doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to be like there's a decent amount of resources around, though. There's a little, like the little metal nodes and obby nodes around this entire area here. And it kind of just goes right here. There's another cliff, lots of cliffs. So you could kind of like funnel things off. So you could do like behemoth gates over to here. Then there's a cliff. Then you don't really have to worry about dinos coming in and out. Which is quite nice, actually. And I really like how there's like a lot of flat ground going on here. Like a lot of flat ground. And oh, we got a alpha carno there. And then we got a little bit of hill going on here. Where does this lead? Okay, so this leads into the next biome here. What is over on this side? All right, so on the far side here, we got some more cliffs going on. A little bit bigger cliff. Lots of stone. A little bit of metal. I thought there was going to be lots of metal. More nodes there. And so I don't know. It'd be kind of hard to build in here because there isn't a lot of big stones throughout here. Like, there's a lot of stone on the ground I guess you could pick up. A little bit of stone in here. But not a super amount. Doesn't seem like it anyway. There's the pond there. A little bit of stone there. And more cliffs on that side there. So all in all, it's not terrible. It's not a terrible place to build. Definitely by that water. There's some cool areas with that cliff. You could even do like an elevator into the water or something, or you could pillar up, make like a little farm on top of the water. I don't know. It could be interesting. Definitely could be interesting. All right, so we're headed down the cliff here into, I guess, more of a forest area here, just a little bit flatter. Not as many hills, it looks like. That seems to be like the mountainous area. And there doesn't seem to be like a super amount of things here. Oh, okay. I feel like we're getting to the interesting stuff. A lot of forest here, a lot of flat ground, a lot of rocks over there, and then we have a little bit of a river in between here. Okay, so let's kind of get a bird's eye view of this. All right, so we got a little bit of a valley here, it looks like, because it gets nice and high over there. A lot of cliffs, and this is kind of a little bit of a waterway. That's nice. I like that. It looks small, looks a little bit quaint, kind of like a starting area almost. And another thing I've noticed about this map is the plants seem to be kind of far and few between. Like we have a group here, then there's like another group over there. But I don't know, the foliage does not seem super amazing. All right, so stupid me didn't have the ground clutter or anything full, so we've jam-packed that, and now the map is looking a lot better, a lot fuller, a lot more life to it. That is for sure. And it's looking pretty good now. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely looking a lot better. This is a very nice river. I like this river. Is there anything inside the river? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't seem like there's much in the river, which is a little unfortunate. And then we're kind of on the coast here, right near the ocean. There's a little bit of a waterfall. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of near you know, on the island where there's the ice biome and then the snow biome, and then it's like straight beach, like right beside each other, and there's like a little bit of like a waterfall up near that area. This is what that reminds me of. This kind of waterfall area right here. Is there anything in it? No. There doesn't seem to be a lot of silica pearls on the map, which makes me a little bit sad. All right, so in this forest area here, it doesn't seem like there is a lot of resources, to be honest. I mean, there's a lot of stone, a lot of trees, obviously, a lot of wood. It looks very, very cool, very, very neat. Pretty flat, so pretty easy to build, but I haven't seen any metal or obsidian anywhere. So that's a little bit worrying, not gonna lie. That makes me a little bit afraid. Looks like we have a nice little waterfall here as well. So it would be kind of cool to maybe build on each side of here. That could be good. Oh, a bunch of raptors or dilos went into the water. I'm not quite sure. So it seems to be a lot of flat areas again. That seems to be like a new thing with maps. There's a lot of flat areas. I'm not sure why, but that seems to definitely be a thing. All in all, looks like this area is mostly the same. Not a lot of super interesting spots on this one. Let's go check out these islands over here, I guess. Maybe something special. We got a lot of stone here, it looks like. This seems to be a little bit of a stony area. And, oh, what is this? What is down here? Okay, not at... Oh! Oh my goodness! It's like a whole underground thing. It's like a giant, like, underground cave thing. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, this would be an amazing place to build. I take that back. The forest area is amazing underneath it. Looks like there's a lot of metal going around here too. That's pretty good. A lot of flat areas as well. Small flat areas. So if you want to go crazy with your base, probably not the best area. But if you want to have like a little homey base, this is definitely the place to be. What do we have down here? We got some seaweed. Looks like we have some silica pearls. Lots of oil. Oh, okay. Well, this seems to be kind of the place you want to be. So I guess the forest area is not too bad then, because you can always just come down. I'll show you where that comes out over there. You guys kind of saw over there. And unfortunately, I actually can't use the map. I'm in spectator mode. I thought it would just be easier to kind of show off the whole area and whatnot. All right, so yeah, this looks like a very, very nice area. Very, very cool. Let's head out here. You guys can kind of see where I came out. So the waterfall that we checked out just at the end is like right over there, right in that little inlet there. You guys can see it. So just over here, you can go straight underneath this entire area here. And crazy, crazy area. I would love to build in there. That is definitely a good spot. All right, so let's head up to the cliff over here and let's see what they got going on. Looks like we got a little bit of metal, just like a little bit. Not a super amount of stuff again. And if you guys have ground clutter all the way off, it's definitely going to look very, very plain up here. That is for sure. But I do like the grass. I do like the grass with the ground clutter. It definitely takes away some frames. And by some frames, I mean a lot of frames. All right, what is this? Is this like a whole thing? Is that an RG nest? Are you kidding me? Is this actually an RG nest? Like, that is so cool. There's like a little nest here. That's amazing. All the RGs kind of flew off. Makes me a little bit sad. They were all walking around it at one point. But that is very, very cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, so what do we got over here? It looks like we have a bunch of crystal over here on this giant cliff into the water. This would actually be a really, really cool place to build. I'm definitely digging this. This could be really, really nice. I don't see any obsidian, unfortunately. Is there any obsidian whatsoever? But stone and metal would not be an issue up here, it looks like. All right, so let's just continue on here. Let's continue exploring. This up here seems to definitely be a lot of crystal, a lot of metal. No obsidian, though. No obsidian whatsoever. So that over there seems to be obsidian where we just came from. And this kind of seems to be metal and crystal. Still kind of the same landscape as that forest over there. Kind of hilly and then a lot of flat areas where you could potentially build, which is very, very neat. I love these big cliffs. I don't know why. I'm just digging the big cliffs. I like building bases like on top of everything. All right, so this just seems mostly flat land, rocks, trees, giant cliffs, some giant cliffs going on here. All right, let's kind of head towards the middle here a little bit. This looks a little bit more exciting. Looks like we have another nest, another RG nest. Oh, pteranodons this time. That is like, Is that a baby pteranodon right there? There's a baby pteranodon. Okay, so it looks like babies may spawn in the wild here. That is kind of cool. I have no other mods on. I would just like to point that out. This is literally just the map with vanilla. So that's kind of cool. Babies spawn. Very interesting. And there seems to be like a giant valley here, which looks really, really cool. So this is coming from that other area, that other underground area there. There's this giant valley, which is super, super amazing. Let's head down to the water here a little bit. Oh, this looks like a cool, cool area, actually. This is nice. So a lot of flat, you know, kind of banky sides here. What do we have in the water? What kind of resources do we have? It looks like we have oil. Are these silica pearls? They are. Okay, so you have silica pearls and oil. Very, very cool. It looks like there's a little bit of fish going on. So if you want to do some fishing, you can. And this, look how big this little valley is. This is crazy. This is so big. This is absolutely just ginormous. Is there any other resources in here? Not really. Not that I can see anyway. I'm sure there's a little bit of metal down here. But I feel like you're going to get most of your metal from up top on the cliffs there. But this is very, very cool. See, there you go. There's a little bit of metal. And I think that's kind of it. Doesn't seem to be much else down here, but kind of a cool area to just travel through, to be honest. Like a very, very interesting area. And then looks like we got a little bit of a pond here. Oh, hello, little pond. Is there anything in here? Is there anything super amazing in here? No, not really. We got a baryonyx. Okay. Alright, so I feel like I missed a lot of the cliffs here, so I kind of came back up to kind of the tallest area in here. And it seems like this is where obby, crystal, and metal is, like, it's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. And look at this. I didn't even see this before, but check this out. A little bit of a pathway up here. Right here. Amazing base location right there. Oh, and we got ruins. We've got some ruins here. Oh, what is this? There's like a little... Oh. Hey, look. I guess that's Megalosaurus. That is where one of those spawns, I guess. I don't know. This is a cool little cave here. Does it lead anywhere? No, this seems to be kind of it. Very, very cool. Very cool little cave. This would be an amazing... Is that another one? So you got the red obelisk right there, and this is where the base location is. Very, very interesting. Lots of metal, lots of crystal, lots of obsidian. You got trees and stone down below here. I don't know how much fiber you're going to get, though. And you got this crazy, like, underground kind of little cave area just below. That is probably one of the best building locations I've seen yet. Hopefully we're going to find more like that, because that makes me actually want to play on this map, just having, like, an area like that. Alright, so we're heading over to this direction here. A little bit of like a little watering hole, I guess. I don't know. There doesn't seem to be a super amount here. It seems like a decent area, though. Again, not a lot of resources. It looks like there's a little bit of like a valley over there. A little bit of a canyon or something. Let's go ahead and check that out. Okay, so it's just kind of like a, I don't know, a little ravine-ish, per se. Looks like there is a little bit of metal. And not much else. It doesn't seem to be much else going on down here. So this is another place you can get metal. Kind of a cool bit. Like, these are all cool base locations, because you could build inside here, put up a behemoth gate on each side kind of thing, and not have to worry about anything, which is very, very cool. You got water pretty close to you, not super, super far away. Right underneath the red obelisk now. Getting pretty close, pretty tight in there. And there doesn't seem to be much here. It's literally just the red obelisk. Very cool, though, nonetheless. Very, very cool. So I just noticed that there is, like, a cave drop here, but with, like, the beam of a regular loot crate, which is kind of interesting. It's just sitting there. I don't know if it disappears or what is happening, but that is very, very cool. Something to note. All right, so we're coming off all of those cliffs, right where the red tower is there. And we're kind of headed up into this little, I don't know, this little kind of area. So this feels like this could be kind of an interesting place to build. You can kind of wall it off here. and maybe like a giant kind of community, this would kind of be where you want to build. Let's try and get a little bit higher here. Kind of see exactly what's going on. It looks like it has its own little pathways up. It's kind of hard to see with all the trees here. Let's kind of see. Okay, so it's very, very flat. Lots of building room for sure. Seems to have its own natural pathways up, which is very, very nice. I don't see any metal or crystal or anything like that. Seems like you're gonna get your own fiber here, your own stuff like that. Lots of wood. Oh, what is this? Oh, I like this. Are you kidding me? This looks amazing. This actually looks amazing. We got crystal here. We've got a freaking Ark logo with... That's a cave drop. That is an artifact right there. Very, very interesting. Is there anything... There's mini metal nodes and silica pearls in the water here. Oh my... This would be the best place in the world to build. Like, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Like, look at this. Look at this area. This is probably one of the coolest caves I've ever seen. Like, it's tiny. It's not really a cave. It's kind of just a little outcrop or something. I don't know. Little indent in the earth. But it's very, very amazing nonetheless. Like, what is that? Is that just like a V turning around right there? Is this a V? Okay, interesting. Very, very cool. So this is on a giant island right here. Boom. And it doesn't seem to have any water on the top here, but again, it seems like it's very accessible. It just had natural ramps up. There's one there. There's one on the other side. And oh, here's the water. Okay. So you could actually build on top of that cave where there's a couple little mini metal nodes. They're so cute. They're so tiny. That's great. And it seems like this is kind of like, this is so cool. I want to build here. I actually want to build here a little bit. So we have the waterfall here. Oh, can you actually get inside this way? Oh, okay. This is really cool. So this goes directly out just like that. Very interesting. Then we have our little pool of water down to here. We're kind of slowly falling down, and then we have a giant waterfall right there. This is probably the coolest island I've seen. Well, it's not really an island. It's still part of the big landmass, but kind of its own little zone, I would call it. Definitely, definitely amazing. Let's go check and see how far this waterfall really goes down. Okay, so we got another little waterfall there. And then right there, another waterfall. That is so cool. That is so freaking cool. I love that. All right, let's go check out this island over here. All right, so we're just about to hit this island. We're on it. And it looks kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. It looks like there's a lot of dire wolves around. But it looks like you're going to be able to get your fiber needs, your stone needs, and your wood needs, which I really, really like. There's a lot of maps that kind of forget to put stone and fiber and trees everywhere. But this looks like a crazy, crazy area. Holy crap. A little bit of like a coral reef going on there on the side. Kind of interesting. Like, you could build on here. You could definitely build on here. There's a lot of kind of flat areas once again, and it looks like you can maybe like climb up, go from area to area. And then there is this like little hole right here. We just like crawl into. Looks like there's kind of like a little area here. That'd be nice for like a little starter hut, I think, almost. You could just wall off each side here and kind of build whatever inside, because it's pretty flat. It's definitely flat. And then we go, there's like a little bit of a water source in the middle here. This is interesting. Kind of a little bit of coral reef again or something. I don't even know. Definitely kind of a cool area. It's almost like it's walled off. It's almost like it's, you know, it's like your own little fortress thing kind of going on here. That's very, very cool. Let's head to the top of this rock here. Is there anything? No, it's just a giant pointy rock, as usual. But that is kind of an interesting area, you guys. Here we go. A little bit of a better look there. Cool area to build. I didn't see any metal or anything like that, but this map is not done, of course. There is still work to be done on the map, so maybe metal can be added on here. Stuff like that. So that's very, very interesting. All right, so we're coming into like another foresty area here, and it looks like there's these ruins all over the place, which I kind of like. I don't know. It makes it feel a little bit more alive. There's an explorer note right there. Very, very cool. Not a lot of maps have those added in. So it's kind of interesting. It's a little bit interesting. Looks like there's raptors and T-Rexes. One thing I got to say about this map before we continue is the spawns seem to be very, very good. They seem to be placed out. They, spread out all over the map. Not a lot of, there's not a lot of like just one dino. It seems to be every single dino is able to spawn. We just watched one spawn right there. I love it. I love how everything spawns. It's just, it's a great thing. There seems to be a lot of Rexes though. That's one thing. Like they're not super like squished up together. But like there's a lot of Rexes. There's even a Giga here. Oh my goodness. Crazy Giga out of nowhere. This seems to be just like another forest area here. Seems to be a little bit of stones in the middle there. We have a little bit of pool of water there near the coast. All right, so there's not a lot of super interesting stuff on here. It's just, it's the basics. You get some wood, you get some rocks, I guess. There is a little bit of metal up here. That is, something to note. There's a little bit of metal up here, like a little bit. I feel like the metal is a little bit too spread out on this map as well. I feel like it needs to be a little bit like more chunks of it. Like we were at the beginning cliffs right over there. That definitely is something. Yeah, like over there, over in those cliffs, if you could get like metal in big chunks like that, not super clunked together, but they were, they were in good patches, so you can actually get a decent amount of metal in one trip. I think that would be better because there doesn't seem to be a lot of metal in there. But I am noticing here that there is a little bit of metal hooked up and a little bit of obsidian, which is nice. A little bit of chunks there, a little bit of chunks there. Still a little bit more spread out than I would like. I don't know. Maybe you guys like the challenge of having to find metal so there's not giant like groups of it. And I understand that. It looks like we got some baby pteranodons going here again. Oh, there's so many. There's four. There's four tiny little baby pteranodons. That is super, super amazing. Very, very cool. I like the nests. I'm digging the nests. I'm not gonna lie. And then we have some more metal there, and that seems to be kind of it. So we've kind of gone around like that over there, and we're starting to head towards the snow biome here and the middle of the island. The middle of the island looks very, very interesting, but we're gonna hit the snow up first. All right, so I've just noticed another one of these little cave drops outside with a beam. That is so interesting. I'm kind of curious what those give, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. You guys want to play the map? You guys can find out. So we're in the winter biome here, and it seems to be what you would expect. We've got some oil nodes, as usual. Good. They're not super clunked together, which I like with oil nodes. Seems to be a decent amount of them though, so you could collect a lot at one time. And we're just kind of going around the coast here. All right, so now we're kind of headed up to Blue Obelisk here. We got another nest here. Is there a baby RG inside? There is. Oh, there's even an egg. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, there's two. There's three. There's so many little RGs. That is so cool. I love being able to see that. So if you guys ever need to find RGs or pteranodons, look for the nests. Look for the nests. There's going to be something there. That is super, super amazing. Okay, so as expected, in the winter biome, lots of metal, lots of obsidian. Like tons. This whole mountain here. And crystal. Look at the crystal. Holy crap. Blue Obelisk is where you're going to find resources. This is crazy. This is actually an insane... It's insane. It's an insane amount of resources. Like that whole ridge there. All the way. So much crap. Holy Dinah. Alright, now what is in the water here? Do you think there's going to be... We got some fish in the water. Is it just good? Okay, there's nothing really in the water. We've got a giant waterfall here, though, and I kind of want to get a good shot of this for you guys. Definitely looks a little bit interesting. Okay, it's kind of a waterfall. I don't know. It kind of falls off there a little bit. But the winter biome is looking super, super good, actually. Definitely looking pretty amazing. And it looks like we have another ruins here, too, right in the winter biome. Right beside the obelisk. Is there another explorer's note, though? I don't think so. I do not think so. I've only seen like a couple of those, so that's understandable. But this would not be a bad area to build your base. It looks like there is like cliff all the way around there to there. So you would kind of just have to wall off there to there. And you have water up here. You have all the resources you need. You have stone. You have wood. Everything. This would be a pretty freaking good spot right beside the obelisk. Not bad. All right, looks like we got another explorer note right there. Right there on the ground, just near the obelisk here. That is very, very cool. I kind of want to go check out these icebergs over here, see what this is all about, see if there's anything super amazing on them, or if they're just icebergs, and that's kind of it. There also seems to be crystal all kind of alongside here in little chunks. I've seen a little bit of it. A lot of oil, though, that is for sure. A little bit of crystal, and oh my goodness, look at this iceberg. Look at the oil on this iceberg. That is crazy. We got penguins. We got oil. That's great. I mean, that's all you need really in life. That's what you need. Those are the two things. Oil, penguins. Just two. That's all. But yeah, this seems like a decent kind of area. A lot of flatness, which I really, really like. You know, I want my map to have a little bit of shape to it. But it's nice having certain areas that are flat where you're just like, okay, I can build there. I'm not going to have any issues. It looks amazing. Let's do this. There's kind of a bigger iceberg out here, which is kind of neat. Very, very neat. Oh, looks like there's a little underground thing there. Okay, we gotta check this out first, though. So it's just a bigger iceberg. Super, super flat. We got penguins. We got oil. We got crystal. The usual. Kind of a neat area as well, though. The winter area seems a little... I don't know. Is it missing something? I'm not quite sure. We got more ruins on the top there. There is definitely a lot of places to build. Oh, that volcano island it's like calling my name. Like, look at that. Look at the smoke come up. Look at that lava. We're almost there. We're going to get there soon. That is what the map is named after. All right, so we're going into this little underground area in the winter biome. It kind of looks the same as that one underneath the forest area there. We got meadow, we got crystal, we got a little bit of wood, we got stone, and... Oh, this one actually... Oh, what the crap? Oh, I can't even... What just happened? Alright, well, it looks like we glitched through the world a little bit there. Great. Let's try this again. I thought that was like a little hole that you could go into. I don't even know. I'm not quite sure. So I'm assuming that's not a little hole either. It's just a little bit of a glitch in the map. We got a little bit of ice, a little bit of water here. But overall, it just kind of seems like a little flat area that you could build. What is in the water here? What do we have going on down here? It doesn't seem to be much. But the thing is, you could have water dino storage. Boom. Right here. Build your base across the cliff there, like underneath. Giant water storage. Like, look at this. You put a behemoth gate here. You're good. That is not bad, actually. That is actually not too shabby. All right, we're coming across something here. I'm not sure what it is. Not sure what this is in the ice here. This looks kind of intimidating. I'm not going to lie. Is it just like a giant statue or what? What is this? I think it's just a giant statue. I'm not sure. Oh, it's like a spaceship. Oh. Interesting. Oh, that is so, so cool. That is very cool. Is this water? No, that seems to be ice. Okay. So this is all ice. I don't think there's any water here. No, I don't think so. That is so... Look, it's like a spaceship. It is... It's crazy. That is absolutely insane. But this is like another kind of cool area that you could possibly build in. There is metal and crystal on the top of these cliffs here. And it's kind of like another fortified area. Fortified? That's a good word. Like another fortress area here that you can kind of build in, you know, chill in, whatever. The only thing is it is vulnerable. It's not really a fortress. It's kind of just like a circle area. I don't know. Another interesting spot. But I think we're going to be done for the winter biome here. I think we need to move towards, yes, right there, this island. Volcano Island. This looks kind of crazy. I'm seeing something that really, really excites me right now. I'm not going to lie. This looks cool. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that over there. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. But this looks kind of intense. Okay, so we're coming onto the island here. First thing, Rexes, Argies, Scorpions. Obviously very, very dangerous. And oh, the color changed. So it's a little bit smoggy over here. Okay. That's kind of cool. I've never really seen, like, I've seen that effect in the desert, I think. Like on Scorched Earth, it gets like super like hot. You can kind of see the heat coming off the ground. But I've never seen like a little smog like this. Looks like we have another explorer note there. We got some more ruins in here. We got like a giant lava pride rock or something. Very interesting. We got like a crazy, I don't know, lava island thing going on here. Nice lava tunnel going over there or something. This is crazy. Look how big the volcano is. Okay, so what do we have over here? Let's stop just looking at everything and look at one thing for a second. Oh, so many ideas have just come to me. Okay, so we have like this super, super flat area here. We got crystal. We've got obsidian up here. We've got metal. And we have like a lava pool. Oh. Okay. This has got to be an amazing base spot. You could actually build your base over the lava pool. How cool would that be? How freaking cool would that? That'd be so awesome. That would be so freaking cool. Is this like a... Oh, is this a cave? Is this actually a cave right here? Okay, we have to check this out. Oh, this is like... Oh my goodness. Look at this place. What is happening? This is so cool. So that's below your base right now. We come out on the other side in like this giant open area. Oh. Base location ideas right here. So what you could do, holy crap, is this could be like a dino hangar. You just put ceilings over top of this. You could have this lava kind of dripping down. Or even if you're using like mods like S+, you could have like glass ceilings over the lava here. And this is where you could store your dinos. It could easily fit anything. You could just fit it right inside of there. That would be so awesome. That is so cool. So cool. Looks like we have like a dead valley here, which is kind of interesting. I don't think there's many resources down here. That seems to be a pattern. It seems to be up high on the cliffs on this map, which is, I guess, you know, it's understandable. Put a little bit of work in, get your resources kind of thing. There is some metal nodes here. We got a little bit of crystal, a little obsidian, more metal in there. Okay, and as we get higher, there's just more metal. Oh, there's another lava pit right here that you could build over top. Is there something super amazing on the other side here? Oh, and a lava waterfall. Very, very interesting. Into some water, I think. Yes, into some actual water. Very interesting. Okay, so you can get water. Water's not going to be a super, super difficult thing, I don't think, on this island, because it's surrounded. It's surrounded by water. You don't really have to worry about it. All right, so we're coming up to kind of one of the main events of this map, and this is the volcano. I'm loving the volcano island so far. This is definitely, like, that spot right there would be an amazing, amazing place to build. Not going to lie. All right, let's see if we can see inside the volcano. Oh, it's just like a, okay, it's just like a lava, hot magma thing going on. That's very, very cool. I wonder if you could build up here. And oh, I just spoiled something. Nope, we can't look at it. We can't look at it. The volcano looks really, really cool though. And now time for the main event. Yes, it is a wyvern trench. Yes, it is super amazing and large and giant. Look at that wyvern. Look at him go. So much freedom. So much life. Now, I don't know if the wyverns actually spawn eggs or what the dealio is just yet. Now, this map is not done, so you do have to remember that. I don't know if it's being added in later or what, but it is a very, very interesting map. There is even alphas that spawn in here. We got crystal, we got metal at the bottom. Could you potentially build in here? Yes, it looks like the bottom is not just lava. That would be kind of a scary, scary place to build, but also a super amazing place to build. Like on a PvP server, this would be kind of insane. I'm not going to lie. So there is like the nest areas for the wyverns. Like I said, though, I do not know if they actually lay eggs just yet. I don't think that is a thing, but this is such a cool wyvern trench there. Very, very interesting. And it's like a decent size. It's a decent size, not gonna lie. Looks like there is a lot of gigas that also spawn on the lava island, which is something, you know, something kind of interesting. There's two beside each other, which I don't think I've ever seen in any other map. There's just two gigas right there. Okay, great. All right, so that's the lava island there. Very, very cool. Very interesting. Kind of a crazy, it's a crazy island. It's a super crazy island. Super amazing nonetheless. So we're going to move on to the desert here, and then we're going to head to the middle of the map. All right, so we're at the desert here, and it seems like all the dinos that spawn on Scorched Earth also spawn on here, which is awesome. So that is very, very cool. So you don't have to go to another map. You just have all of the dinos all on one map, which is kind of super amazing. Kind of super, super amazing. I like that. We got lots of water. We've got, looks like a well right there, which is super cool. Little bit of a kind of ravine here slash valley slash I don't know what to call it. Another well inside there. It seems to be fairly flat. A lot of easy kind of building areas here. A little bit more water in the middle here and like a little oasis kind of thing. Very interesting. And then you could actually build on top here. It looks like there's like a little bridge. I don't know. A lot of camels going on. What else? All right, so there doesn't seem to be a lot of super amazingness here. And it's what you would expect from a desert. There's a lot of rocks, a lot of dead things. Seems to be quite a lot of places with wells though, so you could kind of build wherever. You don't need to build beside water, which is cool. We got some more ruins here, plateaus, kind of a lot of interesting places that you could potentially build. Looks like we have a little bit of a cavern here too, which is kind of interesting. Oh, we got salt. Okay, tons of salt here. Tons of salt in the cavern. We have, what is this? I'm not sure what those are, actually. Is that crystal? That might be crystal, and I'm not sure what those rocks are. Maybe those are metal nodes. Weird metal nodes that I haven't seen before. But this is kind of an interesting little cavern here type thing. A little bit of a ravine. We got another well there. Let's head up and kind of see what's going on. Oh, so we have a lot of plateaus, a lot of kind of giant flat areas on top here that you could build. I haven't seen a super amount of metal up here though. We got thorny dragons. We got more little kind of like cliffs here that you could build on top of, which is very cool. I always like seeing these. These are always very interesting if you see people build bases on there. Oh, what do we have down here? Oh, what is this? A little bit of a hut. Okay, so we just chill here. I guess it's kind of like a starter base. You could use that for a starter base of some kind. Very interesting. We got more camels. We got Paraceratheriums. And we got a little bit more water here. What's going on? Just kind of a little bit of a water area. Very interesting. I see some more ruins over there that we saw at the beginning of the video. We're definitely going to check those out. And then we have the green obelisk. We have become full circle here. Super amazing. Looks very cool. It doesn't look like there's a lot of resources. So it seems like the only obelisk that actually has resources around it is the blue one, which is, I guess it's understandable at the same time. It's a little bit sad. It's sometimes nice being able to build near the obelisks. Oh, okay. So we have a little bit more salt here. Very interesting. And what are these ruins here? What are these ruins? I want to go inside. Oh, is this like another little cave? Oh my goodness. No way. No way. I like this. This is amazing. What are we even going into right now? This is so cool. Oh, it's like, it's a lot bigger than I thought. I thought we'd be done already. Just like a little tiny cave like normal. I think this is actually like an actual cave though. Like on the map. I don't think I've discovered another one of these. We're still going through here. Slowly but surely. Oh, we've got a turn. Let's go down this way first. Oh, it's just like it goes into a room and it ends. That's interesting. Okay, so let's head back up. Let's go this way. We got some spiders, some creepy crawlies in here. Let's go this way, or do we go this way? Okay, let's go this way. It looks like there's something going on here. There's an artifact straight in here. Holy crap. That is a big cave, actually. That is pretty freaking intense. Okay, I feel like that's the way out. Let's try and go all the way over here. I feel like this is the way you're supposed to go. This is a crazy cave. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's a red drop there. What do we got going this way? We got like another tunnel going this way. Does this come out in like a different area? We got another cave drop here. Oh, is this like a giant cave with like a bunch of artifacts inside? If so, that is kind of super amazing. Oh my goodness, this would take forever to go through. This is nuts. Are you guys seeing this right now? This is absolutely crazy. We came full circle, I think. So it looks like there's 2 artifacts in here, unless I missed a third one. Let's go back even farther. Okay, no, we just go over that. We go, I think we went that way. This just goes around. Oh, that is so freaking amazing. Holy crap. All right, so we are coming down to the end of this video here. This is the last biome, last area that we're going to be checking out. Looks like it's a little bit of a redwood biome and then kind of a foresty area over there. So that's kind of interesting. All right, so there is lots of redwood trees here. We're going to lag a little bit as we go through this, I feel like. There is so much stuff. Okay, it has the redwood biome kind of noises. We've got everything that would spawn in the redwoods. It kind of looks a little bit clean in here. I like that. I like the cleanliness of the look. It doesn't seem like it's fully done yet in here. I mean, maybe it is. Is that a direwolf in the redwood? Okay, a little bit interesting. We've got the knockdown trees here. I don't see any super amazing areas to actually build or get resources from. And it's a pretty big redwood, it looks like, as you guys can see here. Very big. Looks like we got a little bit of a river going into the redwood here, which is kind of interesting. We got like a nice wooden bridge and a nice little look at this waterfall. We got a little bit of a waterfall going on. I like this. Feels homey. This feels a little bit homey to me, you know, like a place you just, you know, go for a day, hang out by the creek, you know, do some things. We got a nice little log over there. Big rock right there. So many rocks. So little time. But there doesn't seem to be much else. We got this river. I'm just kind of following the river down because I feel like that's going to be where the most amazing things are. Oh, what do we have over here? What is this? What do we have going on? Okay, this seems to be like it's just like a super flat area. That's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of cool. What is, like, is this it? Is there just like a little area here? Kind of interesting. And it looks like there's a volcano on the top of the main island here, right in the middle of the map. That's kind of cool, though. All right, so let's head over here a little bit. Looks like we have another river coming from the other side. We got lava pouring into it, of course. That is classic this map. Classic this map, I don't know. Looks like we have a little bit of a, I don't know, an archway, you could say. Kind of going over it there, and we're in the foresty area now. We're not really in the redwood anymore. We've kind of hopped out of that. There wasn't a super amount in the redwood. Like, it looks nice. It looks nice. I didn't see a lot of resources in there, which makes me think it's not quite done. And looks like we have like a pathway up the mountain here. This is very cool. Let's go up and explore. Looks like we have crystal. We have some obsidian. Haven't seen a lot of metal in this area yet, which is a little bit concerning because it's such a nice area. Oh, what is this? What is it? Is this a castle? Are you kidding me, game? We got a freaking castle. We got crystal castle with some metal. Oh, and it's like, oh, that is fancy. Is this what I think it is? Oh, I really thought that was another cave. I really did. I was like, no way we found another cave. That would be insane. Let's take a look at this place. Very cool. Very cool. I like that. Super interesting. We got these pulsing pillars here. We got crystal, and it's like hanging off a cliff. That's terrifying. That's actually a little bit terrifying. I'm not going to lie. What do we have going on down here? It looks like just some big stone pillars or something. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. You could, there's so many interesting base ideas that you could do with this stuff because it seems like there's like pathways up and you could kind of block them off and kind of do your own thing. Even with this castle here, like there's a lot of metal there. There's a ton of metal there. All right, so we're headed up to the top of the volcano here. Oh my goodness, look at the resources. Look at them. They're all over there. They're crazy. All the way around the lava. Okay, well, resources are real on the volcano, I guess. Holy crap. Who would have seen that one coming? Very, very interesting. We got a lava fall into another lava fall and all the way down. This is insane. This is an insane area. Very, very crazy map. We just went through the Visqueen there, I feel like. All right, guys, I think that's actually going to be it for this episode. So remember to smash that like button and remember to subscribe if you guys have not already. If we could hit 30 likes on this video, that would be absolutely amazing. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this map. I don't know. It's a very interesting map. There's a lot of cool areas, and there's a lot of areas where I'm like, I've seen it before. I feel like it needs a little bit more detail, a little bit more there kind of thing. But this is definitely one of the furthest along maps that I've seen so far. It seems like there's dinos spawning everywhere. It seems like there's resources in most areas, which is nice. That is very, very nice to have. And there is a swamp there, right in front of us that I actually haven't showed off. But you know what? It's there. You guys can go check it out. I don't want to spoil everything for you. And yeah, if you guys have any suggestions of maps I should check out next, let me know in the comments below. And have a good one. See ya.